kind of go from there, and I'll show you my way of doing a roof compared to like some other people's. And basically what I normally do, let's go with I like doing an odd number for my roofs for one thing, just because that center point will always be on the odd number. So let's go in here, and I'm going to select one of my wood textures. Alright, let's go to plain wood shingles. So there we go. So we have this section here of just a beam. We know how wide we want our particular. Oh, okay. What's up, Fubar? Basically, you got, and my freaking TeamSpeak is going nuts on me back in the background here. Okay, so we're going to work with a 39 wide section of a building. Say that building is actually 37 wide, or it may even be an even number or whatever. So we're going to use a 39 voxel wide. Now we know it's 39, so let's go ahead and chop out the center section minus 3 on each end. Now, the key to making a roof is you don't want less than 2 voxels deep. Now, and I'll explain exactly what I mean by that here in a second. Now, the first thing we want to do is we want to figure out our pitch. Now, if we wanted a 45-degree angle pitch, it's basically 111. And one in, one up, and then it'd be one in, one up, and you do that constantly all the way up to a 45. Now, basically, it would end up looking like this. Now, if we want to bring this down to where it's not quite of a pitch, we bring it up to a different level here. So let's delete 1. So basically, we go 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1. So you're literally stepping by 2s now, like this. But it's actually 3. And that's pretty much the way we're going to do it. But this isn't going to work when you put your smooth tool on it. You're basically going to burn holes in it. But we're going to set this up here first and get the basic design down first. And now I'll kind of explain a little bit more as soon as I get it all together. Just like this. Click copy, paste, mirror. Alright, so we got our basic shape in here now. Chop that one out, and we'll fill in that one little gap that I made when I pasted it over. So we have a pretty much like a 30-degree angle or 25-degree angle ish. And I'll explain why this will not work as a roof. It is 3 this way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But it's not 3 vertically. So when you go to put your smooth tool onto this, eventually you're going to start digging holes into the actual surface. Even though it's all connected, it's still not going to work. So what you want to do to correct that is come in here and thicken this up so that everything has 3 depth in it. And I'm probably putting some in here that I probably don't need to, but yeah, okay. I'm not really worried too much about the inside of it. I'm more worried about the the actual outside of it. 1, 2, 3, okay. Missed one. Chop that one out. So now I'm doing it by steps by 2, pretty much on the all the way down to the inside. So now I've got one side done. Let's go ahead. Come on, grab it. There we go. Take this, copy it, and I'm going to mirror it onto itself. I'm going to paste it over top of that. So there we go. So I got my little 30-degree angle. Let's select this whole entire thing. I'm basically just going to build this wall, or this roof, get it some thickness. So now I got a section that's pretty thick, and I'm going to grab that whole entire thing like so. I'm going to take my smooth tool, put it on the round one, not the square one, and I'm going to hit this a few times to smooth it out. If you see, I can sit here and hit this thing all day, and it takes forever to burn, major holes in it. Let me back this up a little bit because I don't want to take that much off of it. And basically, this is kind of what you come out with. The reason why I did it this way is not because I'm going to use this section. The only thing I'm actually going to use is right here in the center. Grab the center section out of it. Don't grab the end pieces. Copy it. Paste it. And then this is what you're going to use for your roof, not that over there. Because this is going to give you straighter edges, and it's actually going to mold together a lot better if you have to like double stack it. Of course, it's gonna look all funky on me here. Okay. So now, if we look at this really close here, you see how smooth that top is? I mean, that's like really flat. There's no deformations in it. The ends of it don't look retarded. So, the next thing we're going to do is, this is something I like doing with my roofs. I like giving it an edge on the outside. Grab just that tip edge of it there. And we'll go with a different type of grain wood. Let's go with a striped and a horizontal. Use my add tool. Boom. Then I'm going to go to the opposite side, do the same exact thing. So now I have like a facial board, or a boxing board, or however you want to say it in carpenter terms. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this top section, and if I remember correctly, it was 3 wide. I'm going to grab that all the way across the top and use my add tool on it, like so. So we have that. Now I'm going to delete this other section here because there's something else I want to kind of go over, because I think this would kind of lead right into this next little section I like to do with roofs. So let's delete that out.
I'm just cruising, looking for inspiration for a building.
So let's grab this whole entire section.
I think I found something. What are you building?
I'm going to copy that.
More of a modern home. Kind of a V-shaped roof, but they won't meet in the middle. With like a skylight in the middle then? Or how they not meet?
Like so.
No, it'll just end out like the top of the roof at an angle, and then in between will be all my crafting stations down below. Oh yeah, that would look cool.
Now the next thing we're going to do is I want to take, say I want an overhang, or the next section to kind of sit out from it. And different people have come up with different ways of doing this, but me, I'm more of a hands-on type person for this. I'm going to paste it right there to where my facial boards are actually meeting.
300K obsidian, about 300K marble. Yeah, sounds pretty good on shit.
I'm going to mute those guys because they're getting on my nerves. Okay. Alright, so what we want is actually to meet this up with this and have all the pieces kind of meet together like they're supposed to. Now, if I take this piece, let's fill that in, you kind of get the idea of what I'm kind of going for here. Like there's 2 sections of your house kind of coming together. Now, my way of doing this is very procedural, but at the same time, it takes care of everything under it. There's no like overlapping being done in it. It's almost like a herringbone is what I do with this. I'll take a copy of this piece and a copy of this piece, and I'll basically do like this all the way together as I'm going up the roof to merge these 2 pieces in. Now, let's see here. See if I can explain this a little better here. We have, let me zoom in a little better. If I take from here and I copy this all the way down to my number 2 spot, I'm going to copy, I'm going to paste, and I'm going to rotate. This is very time consuming, but it actually, in my opinion, comes out looking a lot better. Actually, I probably did that wrong. But we're kind of after getting these 2 points to come together as one all the way up. So actually, let's start out at our 1 point instead. I think I'm going to do the whole entire thing all at one time too. So we'll grab this whole entire section all the way across to here, all the way up. So copy, paste. Next thing we're going to do is go back in here to our selection pane, selection, and I'm going to close this up by 1 on each side. I'm going to hit copy, I'm going to hit paste. I'm going to drop that down right next to the one that I just put in. To my selection tool. Never hit your escape to unselect. We want to keep this piece right here selected the whole entire time. The only thing we're doing is sliding it in 1, and then sliding it in 1 the whole entire way as we go across the top of this roof. And by doing that, it's going to fix this bottom section. I probably didn't go down far enough, but it's going to make it where it's really easy to clean it up in the very end. So let's hit copy, paste. Very procedural, but it causes like that herringbone as it gets put down, because it's literally putting it, okay. It's kind of hard to explain it without having to draw it out on a piece of paper, I guess. But I'm just gonna go back and forth, making sure we push this in on both sides each time as we copy it and paste it. Our selection tool, push in 1, push in 1, copy, paste, go back to our selection tool. One side, 2 side, copy, go back to our selection tool, rinse and repeat again. Go in 1. Copy, paste. Selection tool. said, it's very time consuming, but you'll come out with a roof that connects together that looks a lot better than some of the stuff you'll see out there. Just because it actually handles all the little deformations as you go along. And as long as you, like I said, I probably should have went a little farther down with my selection here, but I'm not really worried about that too much right now. Okay, copy. Paste. You'll see some slight deformations down here, and trust me, once we get the rest of it done, you basically go over it one time with your smooth tool and all that gets cleaned up. Alright, copy and paste. I never played Minecraft, which is the funniest thing in the world. Like I told Chin last night, I come from making Call of Duty 5 and Call of Duty 4 maps. Thing is, I am almost done. Finally. As you see, as soon as I click that last one, it's pretty much done now. The only thing that's left now is to paste in that last section, and the reason why we want to paste that last little section, or last two sections in there, is for one major reason. The inside also needs to be considered. We want a perfect fusion on the inside of your roof as well. And me, I'm a perfectionist, so, or at least try to get it as close to perfection as possible. And I'm pretty sure there are quite a few OCD people. So here is our last piece. So I can hit my escape key and get all deselected. Now if I come underneath of it, there's probably some of my roof still there. Like I said, if I had selected farther down, I wouldn't see this. But it was that first 2 or 3 pieces that's giving me this. I should have selected a little farther down and we wouldn't be dealing with this little piece here. I'm going to select that. Delete it out. Take my delete tool, clean it up a little bit. basically when I go over it with the smooth tool on the top side, that should pretty much take care of it. But you get this herringbone type effect right here going up, and that's basically what you're after, because it kind of puts it together like this. Now when I take my smooth tool here and I tap it one time all the way up, it totally smooths out that connection there, and I can probably hit it one more time and make it even better than that. So it's all depends on how much you want to kind of throw at it. Hit it on both sides. I'll hit it twice in each location. Now I hit this right here with my smooth tool, so we'll select that area, and I'll take that same texture and I'll use my add tool on that selected area to straighten it back up. And that solves that little touching area that I shouldn't have hit. Kind of hard not to do when you're using that smooth tool. Oops. Wrong tool. And that's how you join your two sections. Now, the inside is probably got a little bit of jaggedness. It's not that bad, so let's go ahead and take our smooth tool on the inner side, and I'm going to go to a small square on this. Just to kind of touch it up just a little. But all in all, you've got a smooth roof to deal with. But that's pretty much my way of doing a roof, at least. And this the centerpiece here, where you got this top beam, I mean, you could probably take this, select it all the way down to about this far. Actually, let's bring this down to about there. I can grab that whole entire section, pull it on through. Hit it one time with the wood, and do the same thing over here. And you could probably be cheap and just select the inside too as well, but I'm just going to do this for expedience. I don't like wasting materials very much, but when it comes to a roof, I like having it as pretty as possible. You have like a center beam going through here, and it connects. Now, so you want to put a, say, you want to overhang. So when you go to put in your actual walls or whatever, you can kind of come in here and so. Now, you see how this thing is doing this soft tooth? I'll show you how to get rid of that here in a second. Right now, let's just go ahead and fill all this in. I'm probably doing it the long and tedious way, but went off track there. So now I've got, say, my wall going on in here. Now I have that sawtooth effect. Let's go a little farther in here, and we're going to grab a single strip. We're going to copy it. And we're going to drop it in right on top of itself in that same little location. Right on top of that outside edge. There. All that jigsaw pattern is now gone. Now the inside probably still has it, so let's go ahead and drop it down, same as before, but we're going to do it on the opposite side. So we got 1, 2, 3 that 3 voxels in that we need to go. So 1, 2, 3. Click. Oops, I went probably down too far, so back up. Either that or I hit it dead on. Oh, I know what I did. I think. Bring it out so I can see it. Yeah, that's what I did. I went over too far. There we go. So 1, 2, 3. Click. Release. Now this side looks good, and the teeth on this side looks good. Now we have half of our little end cap wall going on here. So let's grab all 3 sections all the way around, and I want to select it all the way down to the very end that I had here. I'm going to hit copy. Zoom out. Hit paste, mirror using the V command. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this in right on this other side. And you see, no teeth. And just to accentuate this side over here, I think we'll make this a little thicker. So let's kind of give it a little overhang. Probably do that center beam in like burl wood or something like that, but so now that we have that part, let's paste this next section in here. Wow, I've got a bunch of people coming in here now. Been like 4 days and like nobody comes in other than Mr. Chan, and I swear it's the only reason that I've stayed in here doing this. So basically what we're doing is we're going to fill this in all the way around for all my different end caps. Like I said, I kind of did a little end piece here. Now from here you can pretty much kind of do whatever you want to with it, but the cool thing is, I mean, your seams are pretty much flawless right here. Your seam is pretty much flawless here, and getting the two pieces together is very time consuming, but it comes out looking really good when you're done. This is pretty much what I did when I built the houses and stuff for the 36 mega claim, making the different houses and the different structures in there. But I was under a very big time constraint to build all these houses. Yeah, Mr. Chin. I ended up building like 8 houses on the mega claim in like 4 days. So everything was very scope. So now, so this is basically just a standard roof. You could probably take these end pieces here, turn that to wood. I mean, you can like select this all the way down, and we can paint that as wood, or change that wood type to something else, or this wood here for the house itself into something else, and come up with different styles or whatever. If you want to go for like a Nordic type look, we'll go back to my board that I've created, and let's grab this. We'll grab this little 45-degree angle, copy. You want to go for like a Nordic or Viking type style or whatever. Come over here and let's see here. Get right onto itself. A little cheesy looking, but kind of paint these, and see, now you got these little posts that are coming up, kind of like a Viking house or something, and probably look better on a 45-degree angle so it actually matches up correctly, but you kind of get the idea. You can do that. Another thing you can do is come in here, use your add tool, and start back here quite a bit of time ways. Give it like some end cap designs. Give it a single here. section, reform it back into a single, the standard voxel shape. Copy that. Kind of elvish looking, I guess. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Very close. I made all kinds of different roofs and stuff like that when I was doing the mega claim, and just doing them so freaking fast, it was kind of annoying. For those of y'all pretty much just joined in or whatever, I am Timma, and this is my claim. I'm over on Confidence Point, and I am one of the guys who worked on the 36 mega claim with Dephonic, and yeah. This is my baby now, and it's still in the process of being built, but I figured I'd take the time to do like some roof tutorials and microvoxel tutorials and stuff like that. But yeah, this is kind of my baby. I'll kind of give you an overhead view here.